Zara Chen stood at attention in the pristine corridors of the Galactic Defense Academy, her uniform crisp despite the snickers echoing behind her. The other cadets, Altarians with their crystalline skin, vegan nobles with their elongated limbs, and the insectoid Kethvar with their compound eyes, all watched her with barely concealed amusement. "Look at the Deathworlder," whispered Veltar, a 7-foot Altarian whose family controlled 3 star systems. "Stumpy little thing from that nightmare planet. I heard they have to drink poison just to stay hydrated." The comment drew chittering laughter from the Kethvar delegation. Even some of the normally stoic vegans allowed themselves slight smirks. Earth was notorious throughout the galaxy, a Class 12 death world where everything from the weather to the wildlife seemed designed to kill its inhabitants. That such a primitive, barbaric place had somehow achieved faster-than-light travel was considered a cosmic joke. Commander Threxka, a battle-scarred Altarian veteran, entered the training bay. His crystalline features reflected the harsh lighting as he surveyed the assembled cadets. "Today you will face the Crucible, a survival simulation that has broken many promising officers. Only those who complete it will advance to tactical command training." The simulation chamber hummed to life, its walls dissolving into a hostile alien landscape. Jagged rocks jutted from crimson sand beneath twin suns that beat down mercilessly. In the distance, predatory shrieks echoed across the wasteland. "Your mission," Threxka announced, "is to reach the extraction point 15 kilometers away. You have limited supplies, no weapons, and 8 hours before the atmospheric toxins become lethal even to your environmental suits." The cadets spread out, each choosing their path. The Altarians moved with practiced efficiency, their crystalline bodies reflecting heat. The vegans glided gracefully across the terrain, their enhanced metabolism allowing them to cover ground quickly. The Kethvar worked in coordinated swarms, their hive mind giving them tactical advantages. Zara remained motionless for nearly a full minute, her dark eyes scanning the landscape. The others had already disappeared over the first ridge when she finally moved, not forward but to a pile of debris near the starting point. "The Deathworlders given up already," Veltar transmitted to his team, probably overwhelmed by an environment that isn't trying to kill her for once. But Zara wasn't giving up. She was thinking. While the others rushed headlong into the simulation, she methodically gathered materials. Flexible metal strips, crystalline fragments, even organic matter from scattered alien vegetation. Her hands moved with practiced efficiency, fashioning tools that seemed primitive compared to the advanced gear the other cadets carried. An hour in, the first screams echoed across the wasteland. The vegan team had encountered the simulation's first major threat, acid-spitting boar worms that erupted from the sand without warning. 2 cadets were down, their environmental suits compromised. The others attempted a fighting retreat, but more worms emerged behind them. The Altarians fared better initially, their natural durability allowing them to weather the first few attacks. But when the ground beneath them began to collapse into a sinkhole filled with razor-sharp crystals, even their enhanced physiology couldn't save them. Veltar watched his teammates fall one by one, his own suit punctured and leaking precious atmosphere. The Kethvar, despite their coordination, found their greatest strength becoming their weakness when a sonic disruption field scrambled their hive-mind communications. Isolated and confused, they scattered in panic as predatory shadows circled overhead. Meanwhile, Zara moved steadily across the landscape like a ghost. She'd fashioned crude but effective tools from the debris, a walking stick that doubled as a probe for unstable ground, reflective shields from crystalline fragments to deflect heat, and most importantly, she'd learned to read the terrain itself. Where others saw only hostile wilderness, Zara saw patterns. The way shadows fell indicated wind patterns and shelter. The distribution of vegetation revealed water sources and safe paths. Even the predators followed predictable behavioral patterns if you knew how to look. When she encountered the boar worms, she didn't fight them. Instead, she used their own hunting patterns against them, leading them into a feeding frenzy against each other while she slipped past. When the ground threatened to collapse, she'd already identified the stable paths by observing subtle differences in rock coloration and plant growth. The sonic disruption field that had devastated the Kethvar barely affected her. Humans, she knew, were remarkably adaptable to sensory interference, a trait developed over millennia of surviving in environments that changed without warning. As the twin suns reached their zenith and the temperature soared beyond what most species could tolerate, Zara found herself moving alongside the few remaining cadets. They looked at her with new eyes, no longer the stumpy death worlder, but something else entirely. "How?" gasped Veltar, his crystalline skin cracked and dull. "How are you still functional?" Zara paused to help him stabilize his failing environmental suit with materials she'd gathered. "You want to know the difference between Earth and your homeworlds?" she asked, her voice calm despite the hellish environment. "Your worlds were designed for you. Earth was designed to kill us. Every day for millions of years our planet tried to end us. Ice ages, volcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts, predators, diseases, toxins, radiation. We survived because we learned to adapt, to endure, to find a way through impossible situations." She gestured at the alien wasteland around them. "You see a hostile environment. I see Tuesday." The extraction point appeared ahead, a shimmering beacon in the distance. Of the 96 cadets who had started the crucible, only 12 remained. But as they crossed the finish line, there was no question who had truly conquered the challenge. Commander Threxka studied the results with something approaching awe. "In 300 years of running this simulation, no one has ever completed it with such an efficiency." Zara removed her helmet, revealing sweat-dampened hair and a slight smile. "With respect, Commander, this wasn't efficient. This was just human." From that day forward, the mocking stopped, because the galaxy had learned something important. When you come from a death world, everywhere else is just practice. And humans, they realized, had been practicing for a very long time.